Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Mikulowski from ForexLive.com. Today's date is September 26th. Let's kickstart your Forex trading day with a look at the Euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, and the pound versus US dollar. Starting off with the Euro versus US dollar on the hourly chart, we saw a move to the downside yesterday. That move to the downside took the price below these lows from last week's trading. Also below the 1.0610 level. What level is that? If you go to the daily chart and you look at the move up from the September 2022 low to the high price that we saw in July, the 38.2% retracement came in at 1.06106. So going back to our hourly chart, we fell below that level. That's right here, the lower line right here, and it opened up the door for further downside momentum before rebounding into the close and sidewaysing into the new trading day. In the Asian session today, the price continues to move to the downside, falling to a low of 1.05706. And before we started to see a rebound back to the upside, take a look again at the daily chart. There isn't a lot of support until we get down to about the 1.05335. So we did move a little bit lower, but not quite getting to our top of the target over here, where we had a number of different swing lows and swing highs going back in time to the month of, I guess it's October, November of 2022, and continuing into the month of March before the market started to rotate back to the upside here. So that still remains a key level on the downside. Now on the daily chart, remember I talked about the 1.06106 level. Well, as you can see, the high price in trading today came up toward that level. You can see it more closely on the hourly chart. Once again, when we come over here, we see the high price actually in the current hourly bar, which is moving up toward that level. The high today came in at 1.06084, currently trading at 03. If we were to move back above that 10 level and get above the low prices from over here near 14, and this low came in at 16, we would probably see some more short covering to the upside in this currency pair, maybe even back toward the 100-hour moving average of 1.06399. So watch that area. However, if you're inclined to sell, this is the area where you want to sell to hope that the price moves back down and ends up down toward that 33 level, toward the 105 level, toward those other levels that we saw on the daily chart, right through here, through this swing area down to 1.04846. So be aware, key level at 1.0610 to 16. We'll see if resistance can hold today and push the price back to the downside, keeping the downward momentum going in the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen. And we saw a continued move to the upside here, getting above the 149 level, moving up to 149.18-ish type level, looking at the daily chart. And if I were to zoom in here, just go a little bit closer here and look at the most recent highs here on the daily chart. High here, high here, high here, high here. And lo and behold, the high price in trading here today came right up to the top side of that trend line and found resistance sellers right near the 149.18-19 level and rotated back to the downside. We also saw some verbal intervention by the finance minister Suzuki in Japan that may have helped to contribute to the move back down in the dollar versus yen in trading here today. But nevertheless, the technicals did hold at the high, and we saw a rotation back down. We're trading little changed here in trading, maybe a little bit higher right now. But the sellers are trying to make or let's just say the sellers leaned against resistance. That's the good news. If they're going to go lower and take more control, they need to get back down below, let's say this level right here, where we had a swing high and swing high from both yesterday's trade and last week's high price here before we moved higher in trading yesterday. So need to get down toward the 148.48 level, 148.48 level. Yep, and that's still about 40 or so pips away. So a lot of work to do to the downside to win here for the dollar versus yen. If I were to try to stretch it a bit and take a look at the 5-minute chart on this currency pair, we saw that the price had trended to the upside yesterday and then started to hold the 100 bar moving average, and then we fell below that level. It should have gone lower there, but we rebounded higher. But if we fast forward to where we are right now, we're trading above and below the 100 and 200 bar moving averages. Maybe keep an eye on these levels and trading here today in the early New York session to see if this area can hold the resistance through here. If we can, then the bias in the very, very short term remains to the downside, and that's what you hope for when you look at a currency pair that is far away from other support levels like the 48 level here in the dollar versus yen. So we need to get our clues from the shorter term chart. That's where the 5-minute chart comes into play. Let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar, and this continues this is a 4-hour chart. It continues its run to the downside here, going toward our next target area through here. I mean, you have to go. This is a 4-hour chart and going back a long ways to February and March type area here. That comes in at 121.34 to 46. Sellers remain in control in this currency pair. Let's take a look at the hourly chart and see if that's giving us any clues here. Here's another swing area. We're below that level. We need to get back above the 122 level, as 122.03 level to increase the bullish bias here. As you can see, we're a bit away from the falling 100-hour moving average as the price continues to trend to the downside. Maybe put a trend line here on this chart and outline this level right here. Need to get above the trend line. That's another way of looking at it. Looking at the 5-minute chart here, most of the price action is below the 100 and 200 bar moving average, especially in trading here today, especially the 200 bar moving average. Maybe watch the 121.96 level, and close to the 122 level. Get above that level, and perhaps we see some further upside potential in this currency pair. So there we go. I kick-started your trading day in the Forex market by taking a look at the euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar. Hope you have a good day trading. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.